Tarantino loves classic cinema, but when it comes to Hitchcock, he's got some sharp critiques. Number 2 on this list, he didn't hold back, calling it a piece of crap. And wait until you hear what he said about the others. Quentin Tarantino is a walking encyclopedia of film history. He loves everything from Sergio Leone's gritty westerns to the performances of stars like Pam Grier and Meg Tilly. But while he's usually all about giving props, there's one filmmaker he's more than willing to tear apart: Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock's a legend, no doubt. The guy's responsible for Psycho, Rear Window, North by Northwest, the kind of movies that are treated like cinema gold. He's shaped generations of filmmakers, but here's the thing. Tarantino just doesn't care. He's not buying into the hype. Tarantino doesn't hold back when it comes to Hitchcock. He's gone on record saying he thinks Hitchcock's followers, guys like Brian De Palma, Richard Franklin, and Curtis Hanson, took the filmmaker's ideas and did them better. In fact, Tarantino straight up admits he prefers their films to Hitchcock's originals. He also believes that Hitchcock's time period held him back. According to Tarantino, the 1950s kept Hitchcock from pushing boundaries the way he wanted to. And by the time the late 60s and early 70s rolled around, Hitchcock was too old to fully take advantage of the creative freedom he finally had. As for the titles he isn't keen on, Tarantino doesn't hold back, voicing a dislike of 1972's Frenzy, which he once called a piece of crap, in a dig at the filmmaker. Known as the last great Hitchcock film, Frenzy was the first Hitchcock film to show full-on nudity, and would turn the notch up from the violence we experienced in his earlier film Psycho. It earned 4 nominations for Golden Globes. Elsewhere, Tarantino also called out 2 other of Hitchcock's classics. Although North by Northwest, starring Cary Grant, earned 3 Oscar nominations, Tarantino isn't a fan of the film that tells the story of a New York City advertising executive who gets mistaken for a foreign spy. People discover North by Northwest at 22, Tarantino said, and think it's wonderful when actually it's a very mediocre movie. Despite 1958's Vertigo being one of Hitchcock's biggest critical hits, Tarantino isn't a fan of it either. In an interview with writer Bret Easton Ellis, the director stated, "I'm not the biggest Hitchcock fan, and I actually don't like Vertigo and his 1950s movies. They have the stink of the 50s, which is similar to the stink of the 80s.